Hey guys, welcome to another English commentary done by Diggity. This is going to be the third set in the StarCraft Strategie.pl Blizzard-sponsored Starfeeder.com 2 versus 2 fansite tournament. Yeah. Let's check out the teams really fast. Looks like we have Atomic at the 12 o'clock, well, sorry, not the 12 o'clock, at the 11 o'clock position. So actually it looks like it's kind of the left-hand side of the map versus the right-hand side. So we have InRain, Vodkos, Purple Protoss, mOsQ, and Atomic, and this is Luna. Let me go ahead and reveal the map so we can go over it right here. So ramp, see, yeah, ramp or open area, ramp leading to secondary with gas only, and then aside from that, there's no other gas on the map. You've got the 12 o'clock minerals, you've got 3 o'clock minerals, you've got 9 o'clock minerals, and you've got the 6 o'clock minerals, but no other gas. Usually you'll see this played 1 versus 1. I'm surprised it's played as a 2 versus 2 map here. So maybe we'll see some interesting play here. Who knows? Anyway, really quick special shout out to Frag Crag of OD. I botched his shout out last time during Yankee League, which should be uploading just after that. And special thanks to all those guys at Overdosed. I was like, Overdrive, Overdosed, whatever. I keep screwing up the name for some stupid reason. I'm not sure why that's locked in my head, so special apologies to those guys. That's part of Yankee League. I actually do Yankee League kind of alternating Wednesdays and Thursday. You can check out all that action if you go to bwusa.org, and I'm going to be uploading those games hopefully immediately after I'm uploading this. Not putting down that spawning pool on 200. Oh, actually, there it is. Okay, never mind. So 9 pool here on this side. Let's see if we're going to see a 9 pool on the opposite side. Also a 9 pool, but after Overlord on the opposite side, so interesting. And gateway, overpool I should say. Gateway going down here, and gateway also here. I don't know why they would fast expand. Not sure why I'm going over that. Gas going down, so probably going to see some speedling upgrades on both sides. And so, just to recap the first two games. So game one, StarCraft Strategie.pl ended up winning, and pretty in a decent fashion. Just got ahead economically, got ahead technologically, and just kind of pressed in. And then once the Dark Templar arrived inside Atomic space, it was GG at that point. Game two, I was surprised. Really, I know it's not the best situation, Zerg versus Protoss, when you've already dedicated lings and you're up against 3-gate zealots, and level 1 weapons is already on the way, but Atomic GG'd, even though they had already essentially taken out InRain, and but as soon as mOsQ was eliminated, they GG'd right there. I guess going with just going to try to rely on their abilities across the field. 6 Zerglings being produced here, 6 Zerglings being produced across the field. So they're probably we'll see where they decide to go with those. 2 gateways, so standard 2 gateway build. And usually this is the kind of thing you'll see out of a 2 versus 2 match without something crazy happening. This is just, Overlords coming into each other's base. So they're going to see the Zerglings going aloft, Zerglings gathering up and now pushing across the field. Now the question is it looks like these Zerglings just being gathered a little bit to the north here. I'm surprised. That's an interesting position to put them. They're not on the ramp. Now moving the ramp to engage the Zerglings that are incoming. Looks like the Zerglings are going to be pulled back. Moving in with a probe, I guess, a probe and a zealot. So it looks like this is going to be another reps.ru double press on StarCraft Strategy. Again, going to go after InRain. Let's see if InRain doesn't. Yeah, he's getting a second hatchery and a sun colony down, also upgrading speedlings, expecting it this time, able to kill that probe before it did anything. And the Zerglings being pulled back, more Zerglings streaming in. Keep in mind, it looks like that Overlord's just going to check the ramp and check the Zerglings as they're coming out. No second hatchery in the meantime. Looks like actually second hatchery going down at the ramp, but the second hatchery up much earlier, as well as a spawning pool. So if they decide to do a double press, it's not going to be very effective. Zealot's starting to back off now. Looks like some Zealots streaming over in the meantime towards mOsQ space. And let's see if we're going to see a 3-gate build in the meantime. Doesn't look like we're seeing 3-gate in the meantime from the opposite side. More Zerglings starting to press out, actually engage out in the field. So reinforcements being cut off, and it looks like Zealots meeting out in the field. Unfortunately, these Zealots are outnumbered, so this attack probably not going to be very successful. More Zealots incoming, but they're kind of coming in piecemeal, being backed out. 3 Zealots versus 2 Zealots at this point, and you're not going to win that unless you have some Zergling help. 4 Zealots versus 2 now on top of that, so this attack is probably going to be repelled fairly easily. More Zerglings going to try to contain InRain from Atomic. Atomic in the meantime looks like he's got that second hatchery on the way. Let's see if we see some no more gas being mined, so it is going to be as a 3-hatch Zergling build. I'm surprised by that, and a lot of Zerglings gathering on the outside, moving out, trying to draw some Zerglings in to attack on the ramp to try to get some of that height advantage. Backing out in the meantime. Zealots being gathered in front of the mOsQ space in the meantime. Overlord pushing in, seeing the 3-gate build on this side. Looks like a gas going down So really, what needs to happen here is what would be most suited. Zerglings actually now flooding down. This could be really bad for Vodkos, because if these Zerglings start flooding in, there's nothing protecting his front door. This Overlord is going to come across here, and needs to get some sort of Zealot block. And I think you need 3 Zealots actually to block this ramp. Zerglings flooding through. There's no defense here, so Vodkos in a lot of trouble here. Going to have these Zerglings probably take out the majority of his probes, maybe even take out his Nexus. Now, more Zerglings streaming down to try to mount some sort of defense. I don't know if it'll be in time here. And this is going to be, really close. Nope, Nexus is going to be taken out, so Vodkos is going to be out of the game now. So Reps.ru once again taking a very quick lead. Zealots being backed off. Now what needs to happen is if, basically, if InRain wants to win this, he needs to take out one other opponent really quickly, and we'll see if he has the forces to do so. As you can see, and I don't know that he's going to be successful at this ramp as long as Atomic keeps those Zerglings at his front door. Maybe he'll be able to push in against these Zealots. I don't know. That would be pretty difficult. So things not looking good for InRain in the meantime. Starting to harvest gas, realizes he needs to kind of get a technological edge if he's going to end up winning this. Second Nexus going down. I didn't realize that he had 400 minerals, and that could actually be a big technological, or that could be a big advantage later in the game if Reps.ru doesn't realize that he's in fact out. More Zealots pushing up in the meantime. They're just going to gather. It looks like they're just going to gather and wait outside, wait for that second Nexus to go up. But a big blow early, because again, that economically being held down. In the meantime, layer upgrading, layer on both sides. Looks like the layer for Atomic slightly ahead. So Reps are you striking first blood? It's not gonna. It's definitely going to slow down. But yeah, you can see that Overlord right there. So I take it back. The informational advantage. Quip. I'm surprised he's not mining with these probes in the meantime, just to check. Front door Overlord spotting this big grouping of Zealots, still a big grouping of Lings just kind of chilling out in the middle of the field. Another large grouping of Lings. So both players, I guess everyone's deciding to be defensive at this point. I'm surprised that Reps.ru just at this moment didn't decide to kind of end it and push into InRain's base. Because I mean, Zerglings and whatnot, but go ahead and breach. Just instead going to work work the technological advantage. Cybernetics core weapons 1 upgrade going on the opposite side. So things not looking very good for Strategie.pl. I'm sorry, Starcraft Strategie.pl. Zealot blockade on the front door, as you can see. And now it looks like everything back in full swing, starting to getting the Cybernetics core, but significantly behind this Cybernetics core, as you can see. A lot of Zerglings gathering up in the middle. Looks like the layer is up, just waiting to put down Spire. Spire going down now. We'll see if the Spire is already going out on the opposite side. I don't think that's a big enough difference between the two for those Mutalisks to really be a big push. Looks like an Overlord going to be near the front door, just in case some Dark Templar are pushing in, or Lurkers or something like that. Overlord going to move and see that, hey, wait a minute, he's producing again, getting a pylon at the front door. Probably going to put down a forge here in a second to be a little bit more on the defensive, because he doesn't want to get basically double teamed once again. A lot of creep colonies going down. Surprised that it's interesting, because I mean, Vodkos was the one that just lost his Nexus, but you're seeing more of a defensive stance from Atomic in the meantime, putting down 3 creep colonies. That really suggests to me that he's really going to dedicate a lot with the Mutalisks. We'll see what we'll see here in just a second. Yeah, he's just basically probably going to rely on Mutalisks from this point out. A big Zealot push coming out. It looks like all the Zerglings starting to flood up now, and this is good buttload of Zerglings. Three control groups. Looks like there's just as many Zerglings though in the meantime for Atomic, and also you have these Zealot forces coming in from behind, and it looks like they're going to get pincered in here. Fortunately, looks like those Zerglings actually got caught in move position there. As they're, I guess, trying to gather up. Really what they think they wanted to do is pincer them in, kind of do a move position. Instead of getting pincered, though, looks like they're going to escape to the north, saving a lot of his Zergling forces, bring them back. Let's see if he starts producing Mutalisks here. Producing a couple of Mutalisks. We'll see how successful he can be with the harass. Looks like some Mutalisks also being built on the other side, as well as an evolution chamber. Maybe going to put a Spire in his front door just to make sure. Cannon going down to the front door. Now some Zealots pushing out. Dark Templar Archives up additionally. Cannon going down back on the peon line, or I should say the probe line. Looks like a big gathered attack, but a lot of Zerglings, and as long as he has that ramp advantage, he should be okay. Starting to push up, and as you can see, those Zerglings now shoving up here. Ready to absorb that. And Mutalisks out in the meantime. There's no defense against these Mutalisks, not until the Mutalisks come from the opposite side. But as you can see, a lot of Mutalisks being pumped out on the opposite side in the meantime. And that plus the ramp, he'll be able to fight this off fairly easily. And it looks like an Overlord actually was killed out in the field. I'm assuming by these Mutalisks, as you can see. InRain just went into the red really quickly though. Looks like the ramp is somewhat breached, but I think he'll be okay between the Mutalisks and the Zerglings. A lot of the Zerglings being killed. He might have and it looks like a backup force of Zealots coming in as well. So wow, wiped out that entire force. Still has some forces to spare, it looks like, and has a lot of Mutalisks out in the open. So reps and it looks like an expansion going down for mOsQ in the meantime, and putting 2 cannons down as well. So both players going the defensive. A couple Scourges built, and it looks like what he's going to do is he's going to go after some harassment here. Well, I'm not quite sure how those mules got damaged. Maybe engage some in the meantime. Zergling's starting to push up. Looks like some Zealots coming down just to make sure that front door is defended a little bit, I guess. Zergling's coming back as well. Overlord's still starting to push out a little bit. I'm surprised he's sending that Overlord that direction, knowing that Mutalisks are out. And we'll see what each player. It looks like a spawning spore colony going down on both sides. So definitely going on more of the defensive. A big Zealot Zergling force coming down to the south to try to deny that expansion. Expansion also going up for Vodkos in the meantime. And yeah, here comes the large attack. Only 2 cannons down, and it looks like the Zealot's going to be able to surround those cannons and take them out. More reinforcements coming in. It doesn't look like there's an Overlord here in the meantime, though, to deal with the Dark Templar. But the single Dark Templar can't be detected by this cannon well, so it's going to be interestingly enough. Let's see where that Dark Templar being pulled back. You really need that Dark Templar to be blocking the front door. Actually, no, that Dark Templar quickly getting detected there by both the Overlord and the cannon. Let's see if they can take down the secondary and kind of